Okay, now we have a 90s nu metal classic, Last Resort by Papa Roach. Pretty wild song here with some, intricate picking and bass notes going on, and then just some straight up, distorted chords and all that goodness. So, first of all, the song is in drop D tuning. You just want to take that E and just drop it down a whole step. So you get that drop D tune. Alright, and the intro of it, it's just some, simple chords here. They're going to be basically power chords, just kind of with an added bass note to it. So we're going to do like we're doing a higher voicing E power chord, but we're going to add the 7th fret of the D with that, so that we get kind of that lower vibe to it. Okay. So it's almost like you're doing like an inverse power chord here. Alright, and we're just hitting that twice. Slide it down 2 frets for the D power chord. The 7 there. Hit it twice. And then once again down 2 frets to the 5th fret for the C power chord a couple times. And then here we're just going to do a quick 4th fret for the B, and then bring it all the way back up to the 7 for the D. Alright. Alright, and now the kind of iconic lead guitar part for the song. A lot of guys play it up here, but I don't really like that because you kind of gotta like jump around a little bit more. I like it here because you can actually use an open, which kind of makes it a little easier, But I got long fingers too, so I need some like room to stretch out. When I get all bunched up in here, it gets a little difficult for me. So I'll show you how I play it here. Same exact notes. We're going to start here, 2nd fret of the D. And after all this is done, we're going to be wanting to like palm mute on this. So we kind of get the dead instead of just letting it ring, We're going to want to deaden that a little bit with palm muting. But I'll just do without the palm muting so it's clear and you can hear it. So 2nd fret of the D. And then we're going to come over here with the pinky, do 5, 4, 5 on the D. Hit 4 on the G. Come back and do that 5, 4, 5 on the D. Okay. And essentially what you want to get down is that little bit there, that because we're just hitting a bass note, doing that, switching to a different bass note, and just keep hitting that again in between these different bass notes. So it starts with that 2nd, and now I think this helps a bit. It's just an open D, so you can go open D, and then do that 5, 4, 4, 5, 4. And now we do 3rd fret on the A, and then same bit, 5, 4, 5, and then to 2nd fret to end it. Alright, so now all together slowly. Put it up to tempo and add some palm muting. Piece of cake. Okay, now the chorus kicks in here, and it's just, straight up, distorted chords, just full bore. It's kind of funky because it's all the way up here at the 14, and it's, drop D, so we just got to bar the, D, A, D, and we get that chord. Pretty simple. And all these we're just going to be strumming about 16th notes. Okay, so it's just going to start with the 14. We're going to do about 7 of those. And then just hit a quick open. And then we go down to 10. About 7 of those. Quick open again. And then here, we kind of switch it up a bit. It started with, that was an E power chord basically, and then a C power chord. And now it's kind of a D. It's just like a D bass note ringing as we do a little scale up. So we're just gonna be hitting on the open. But while we're hitting on that open, it's gonna do kind of some unison octave notes here. It's gonna be 9th fret on the A, 11th fret on the G. Okay, so we get those octaves. And like I said, we're hitting the open D with that. Do that 4 times, 16th note strums. Slide that whole thing up to 10th fret, so we got the 10 and the 12. 4 strums on that. Up to 12, 12 and 14. Back to 9 and 11. So you put that all together. That was the first time through on the chorus. The second time through on the chorus, it's going to essentially be the same thing, but at the very end, instead of going from that 12 and 14 to 9 and 11, we're just going to stay on that 12 and 14 for 8 times. Okay. So that would sound like this. Right, the bridge section comes in. It's kind of close to how the chorus goes, just kind of adding some new chords there. It's going to start at the 14s here. It's just going to go to 12 to 10 instead of hitting the open to 10. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could just stick to that open. But technically, he just goes 12 to 10. And then back up to 12. Real quick. Just one little quick strum on that. And then it drops down to 5th fret here. Okay, we're going to do about 7 or 8 of those. Up to 9. With a quick 12 at the end. Okay. Okay, next section of the bridge just kind of grabs a different voicing of what we were doing and, plays around with those chords a little, shuffles them up a little bit. So instead of doing starting at the 14, now we're going to be at that initial verse chord. Okay, so the 9 on the E, 7 on the A, 9 on the E. So we get that E power chord. And we're just going to be strumming that the same as we would in the chorus. Okay. And then we go down to the 5th fret here for the G, but we're going to add a little 7 on the G string with it. just to get it, you know, an even bigger sounding chord. Bring that whole configuration all the way up to 10, so that we got those 3 10s and a 12 on the G. And then just drop that down 1 fret to the 9 and the 11. Okay. Alright, and the outro, which is just essentially the chorus. You're just going to add a new element to it, I guess, just to give it a slightly different feel. Instead of starting at those 14s, okay, here we're just going to start at the, you know, the low voicing of that, so 2nd fret. Okay. And we're going to add a 4 on the G string with it, just to make the chord sound really big. Okay. About 8 of those. Bring that all the way up to 10. And then we're going to have that typical ending to the chorus pattern, where we do the 9 11, 10 12, 12 14, back to 9 11. Okay, as we're hitting the open. The very end, you know, last measure of the song, we're just coming back all the way up to those 14s, and we're just going to hit, you know, about 11 of those and just slide out of it. So.